to the point where it is unsolvable. It is solvable. I believe that this is solvable with further to the point. Hello. My name is Shamar Crossfield.
I am Allison Williams.
Hi, my name is Italia Nelson. So there's no clear-cut solution, but this is a good way to start. Just thinking about the question that was asked, crime solution, what do you think are some ways to curb crime? That's a good place to start and to advocate for that and to speak more about it. So yeah.
Campaigns have been exhausted, we know, but what would be more effective is community and social education on a consistent basis to raise awareness about the effects of crime and violence on our society. In fact, this year, Jamaica has been ranked the second most dangerous country in the world, with a homicide rate of 43.85 per 100,000 occupants. Crazy, right? But what can we do to mitigate this? What are possible solutions? We mostly take into consideration short-term implementations, but what about long-term plans? One of which is tackling the issue from the roots, disrupting the cycle. One would say that adults are long gone. Once a habit has been established or bad morals, it would be difficult to break it. These adults provide a continuance of the cycle, influencing the youth of our generation to partake in unlawful activities, because the immoral methods are seen as a way or an easy way and a quick way to resolve issues or make money. This doesn't have to be the case. Children are blank slates, and therefore it can be said whatever habits and behavior they've developed have to be learned. It is important to tackle this issue from a behavioral perspective, as motivation and drive to commit a crime or participate in violence stems from the mind. Counseling sessions with occupants of volatile communities would be especially effective to help break this cycle.
If we look on society today, we realize that children are having children. The solution is to come up with programs geared towards expecting mothers and fathers in how to train their children. So this program is basically to let parents know the do's and don'ts of parenting. And I know that there are programs out there for parents. However, I think that this should be mandatory for parents to go through these programs. So once they know that you're having a child, right away they should sign up or should be in the process of getting training. I think that crime can be lessened or reduced. How I think it can be reduced? First, it's within the home. Train a boy in the way he should go, so that when he grows old, he will not depart from it. So yes, once they receive the necessary training they need, then they're set for life, they're good. And that's what I think is a solution to lessen crime in Jamaica and the world on a whole.
If our government would, stop putting so much funding into these signs, like Negril and Montego Bay, putting in millions of dollars into funding these signs, maybe putting that money into developing youth and communities more, maybe I think maybe just maybe there will be a difference being made if our money was put into the right things. One of the solutions that I think of for the crime epidemic that is plaguing Jamaica, I would say, is to develop and invest in our community, develop and invest in our youth. At this point here in Jamaica, with money so hard to come by for those who are not so highly qualified, currently a lot of them just have to turn to taking matters into their own hands, finding whatever means in their communities. Most of the time it's gangs, scamming, straight up just thieving in order to, meet their daily needs.
As we've always heard before, we need more job opportunities for our people, and I think that is a good way to start, and providing resources so people can start their own businesses and profit from that. I think that law enforcement should be more rigid in our country, so that people second, they think again before they carry out a criminal act, because of the repercussions that they will face.
The way is by our community. So even though you may train your child, once they go out in the world, the community has a responsibility in protecting them as well, because they will not always be with the parent, right? So the community has a role to play, and because of that, we need more community outreach programs. So in each community, there should be programs in place geared towards protecting and training our young ones.
Most importantly, I think that as a nation we should be praying more for our country, our people, so that good will prevail, and especially starting from within our homes, teaching our children godly attitudes and behaviors so that they can exemplify this as they grow older and pass it on to their children and to their children's children and onwards.
That with us understanding the whole background behind why people turn to a life of crime, the solution is there. There are many other solutions that can be thought of. I'm sure that others will give some very good solutions as well, but as it is right now, my main solution, though it might be a process, a long process, one that isn't instantaneous, is to develop and invest in our community, develop and invest in our youth.
At the end of the day, what differentiates the characters of upstanding and delinquent individuals in our society are their belief systems and their ability to exercise control.